This wasn't some ordinary fight on reality TV. It was chaos. Bloody knuckles, sirens, and real consequences. Stevie J was arrested, Lil Scrappy ended up in the hospital, and cameras kept rolling through the madness. Ask yourself, what level of betrayal pushes someone to the edge, where one man's hauled off in cuffs and the other is yelling a woman's name like a curse word while strapped to a stretcher? This wasn't just a love and hip-hop storyline. This was real. Texts leaked, audio recordings surfaced, and a fight backstage exploded into something bigger than anyone could have predicted. One crew member even said it looked like a Mike Tyson versus Suge Knight brawl inside a tiny backstage room. So what caused it? A feud that had been bubbling for over a year. A love triangle gone sideways, and a backstab so painful it left Scrappy on a hospital bed. If you think reality TV has shown you all the drama it has, this will prove otherwise. What happened that night is something producers hoped would never come out. But here we are, about to tell you what really went down and why it matters now more than ever. Just when everyone thought the situation between Lil Scrappy, Bambi, and Stevie J had cooled off, it blew up again. And this time, things got violent. It all happened at a private Love and Hip Hop reunion taping, one that was meant to stay under wraps. No official cameras caught the action, but people behind the scenes are leaking details like a broken faucet. According to those close to the show, things had been tense for weeks. Scrappy was still dealing with the emotional fallout from his split with Bambi. He showed up to the taping looking like he had something to prove. Stevie J didn't help either. He strolled in like he owned the place, wearing sunglasses, holding a bottle, and smirking at everyone like he was untouchable. Security was already on edge as soon as the two made eye contact. They knew something was about to happen, but nobody expected it to be this bad. Right before the taping started, Mama D was seen pacing and arguing with producers. She was waving her hands and warning them loud and clear, "If y'all let Bambi and Stevie in the same room as my son, I swear I'll shut the whole set down." They didn't listen. Next thing you know, there's broken glass, people getting arrested, and Scrappy being rushed to the ICU with possible internal injuries. But how did it all kick off? It began in the holding area. Scrappy had just been fitted with a mic when Stevie J walked in with two unknown guys who looked more like bodyguards than guests. One person in the room said Stevie cracked a loud joke about Bambi's OnlyFans, claiming she made more money in a weekend than anyone else in the room. That was the last straw. Scrappy stood up, threw his phone on the couch, and told Stevie, "You still talking after what you pulled? You a straight clown." Everyone froze. Stevie didn't stop. He leaned in and whispered something to Scrappy that nobody's willing to repeat. That's when Scrappy lost it. Chairs flew. One of Stevie's guys got slammed against a wall so hard a painting fell. Someone screamed and a producer yelled, "Cut the feed!" But it was already too late. Scrappy had blood on his face, and Stevie was holding his side like something had cracked. Then things got even worse. Stevie allegedly pulled a small silver blade from his back pocket. Security jumped on him immediately. Scrappy collapsed against a wall, clearly in pain, and medics were called. Stevie J was cuffed on the spot, and Scrappy was rolled out on a stretcher in front of stunned onlookers. By the time Scrappy reached the hospital, TMZ had already set up outside. A nurse even said the parking lot had more flashing cameras than when Kanye's cousin came in for that foot injury. Meanwhile, Mama D was outside the police station, ranting to reporters like it was a press event. "I told them Stevie was bad news. He's been feeding off drama since 2003, and now my baby's in the hospital. But this isn't just about a fight. It runs deeper." Turns out Bambi and Stevie J had been working together on a secret spin-off show without Scrappy. The show was reportedly called Bambi and the Bad Guy. And guess who helped pitch it? Mona Scott herself. Scrappy found out just days before the reunion taping. He felt betrayed and blindsided, which explains why he came in so angry and ready to confront Stevie. To make things even more suspicious, there's now talk that Scrappy may have been drugged before the fight. A leaked ER report showed traces of strong sedatives in his system, medications that shouldn't have been there unless someone slipped them to him. A crew member claimed Scrappy was already acting strange before Stevie arrived, slurring words and stumbling a bit, which was out of character for him. If that's true, this might not have been just a fight. It could have been a setup. Stevie J's team gave a short statement saying he's innocent and won't comment. Meanwhile, police are treating the set as a crime scene. Filming has been paused, legal teams are involved, and producers are panicking about how to manage the fallout. But guess who isn't staying silent? Bambi. She went live on Instagram within hours, full makeup, sipping wine, and said, "Y'all only know half the story. Wait for the real tea." The comment section exploded, with people accusing her of setting Scrappy up. Some called her and Stevie the villains. Others just begged for answers. She ended her stream with a wink and the words, "Season premiere coming soon." And Stevie J? He just hired a big-name lawyer with connections to the Kardashians. The same guy who once bragged he'd never need legal help because he didn't do drama. Now, he's facing 2 felony charges and might also deal with a lawsuit if Scrappy's team moves forward. Scrappy's lawyers have already sent a cease and desist letter to the producers, demanding all unseen footage of the brawl. Right now, the whole Love and Hip Hop production is in limbo, but the drama, it's just getting started. Backstage surveillance footage suddenly leaked, showing a blur of bodies, shoving, and what looked like Stevie J lunging at someone. Then the screen went black. Convenient, right? Security had to break through 3 locked dressing room doors to get Scrappy off Stevie, who was left with bruises and a torn shirt. And here's where things get even messier. People working behind the scenes, like makeup artists who hear everything, claim Scrappy wasn't even supposed to be in that part of the building. He had already finished filming. But just 2 rooms over, Bambi was shooting a confessional, and Stevie J was brought in as a surprise guest. Another classic producer trick. Some people didn't hold back, calling Scrappy unstable, aggressive, and childish. But let's be real. No one's completely innocent in this mess. Bambi went on Instagram Live with her friend nearby, whispering, "Don't say too much," like a broken record. Still, Bambi couldn't help herself. Between crying and struggling with her lashes, she let it slip. "I tried to protect Scrappy, but y'all don't even know the half of it." That set off a wave of curiosity. What exactly has Scrappy done? Fans started wondering if Bambi and Stevie J's connection was more than friendly. Could they have teamed up to push Scrappy out of the show? Maybe they made a deal with producers. Someone who claims to work in editing said they saw Bambi and Stevie J in Mona's office for over an hour before filming. Papers were exchanged, contracts discussed, and Scrappy wasn't even told. It's looking like a setup straight out of a reality TV survival game. And then there's Mama D. She didn't just go viral, she went all out. She jumped on every social platform from TikTok to even MySpace, calling out Bambi, Stevie, Mona, and yes, even her own son. "He's not perfect, but he didn't deserve this," she said, calling the whole thing a setup. She didn't stop there. The next day, Bambi walked into the hospital with a mic and camera crew, announcing her new docuseries. Episode 1, The Stevie J Betrayal. VH1 stayed silent. No press release, but insiders say execs were freaking out. Fans threatened boycotts, and a petition demanding unedited footage hit 40,000 signatures. People want to see the chaos. Every punch, every scream. Producers are in panic mode, borrowing editors from other shows. Reddit is flooded with frame-by-frame breakdowns. One clip even has Bambi allegedly saying, "Get him out of here now." That could be the smoking gun. Then it got worse. Court dates dropped, medical records leaked, and surprise witnesses showed up. Stevie J made bail. Scrappy was still recovering. Inside court, no cameras, but plenty of leaks. A legal assistant claimed Scrappy's team painted him as a setup victim. Stevie's side called him a mentor, which didn't go over well. Then came the twist. Bambi took the stand, claiming Mona's team sent in Stevie J to stir the pot, and she had no idea Scrappy was filming that day. She said tensions were already high. Then came the DMs. Bambi and Mona allegedly chatted about Scrappy's fading popularity. One message: "Let him pop off. It'll go viral," Scrappy cried. Mama D whispered, "Didn't I tell y'all?" The judge ordered a full review of VH1's production practices. Hours later, Scrappy's hospital files leaked. Dislocated shoulder, mild concussion, and emotional trauma. Someone joked he was diagnosed with acute betrayal stress disorder. A GoFundMe titled "Justice for Scrappy" raised over $90K. Rumor is Mama D's filming a tell-all. Stevie J wiped his socials and vanished. Some say he's in Miami. Then a VH1 intern dropped a 4-part TikTok series with leaked texts and audio of Mona allegedly saying, "I don't care if they fight, just keep filming." Now, VH1 has paused filming and released a damage control statement. Meanwhile, Atlanta is buzzing. Bambi posted, "Unbothered, blessed, booked." Fans clapped back. Booked in court. Subscribe for more updates.